I did something last year that nobody knows about except my friends, and it didn't come out because of liability issues. So long story short, I went and I did a video with Braille House. And if you guys know who Braille House is, I know B Free touched on it, and you guys touched on it in his last podcast.
Yeah.
Braille House is a very, very well-known skateboard YouTube channel, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been able, I'm very good friends actually with them as well. I told them that I wanted to get a video of me skitching on a car on the freeway. And they're like, that's insane. So I showed them my videos and they're like, we're doing it. All right, so let's come up with something. Let's figure something out instead of just me only being on the freeway, because I've already done it. So they're all about, what do you call it, viral type videos. Or that they want to get more and more
the most views. Yeah.
Bait clicking even the titles sometimes.
Yeah. Mm.
So I was like, you know what? They're always talking about the world's amazing rollerbladers, the world's greatest rollerbladers. What about the world's fastest rollerblader? So I was like, okay, let's do that. Let's go somewhere and let's sketch and let's see how fast I can go. My goal was 120 miles an hour.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't hit 120. What do you think I hit?
70?
115.
No.
What car were you in that you were going to go at 120?
A Mercedes-Benz.
What
kind of, we need skates, location,
there's a lot of
equipment,
shit. A lot
glasses.
Where was Guinness for this too?
I'm telling you, man, you're talking about humble, dude. I just,
This guy humbly owns like 3 Guinness records and not even saying anything. Hello, people. We need to do something about this. Wake up.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, go over these details, man. Yeah, like Billy said, like who was driving? What's going on? Explain this.
So Charlie Waller, Charles Solano, out here from the Bay Area. He is the one that helped me out. He was very, very, very grateful to have him, because this is the thing too about sketching, especially even like the Bay Bridge thing, any kind of sketching in general. When you're the driver, you take on that fear of, I don't want to kill my friend.
Yeah.
And I think this intensified like 100 times more. And I actually never have sketched with Chalet before. I've never held on his car or anything like that. Not that I didn't trust him. I needed a fast car. I know, he can drive his car. So I did a little bit of research. I started driving around. I'm like, what stretch can I do this on? Do we need to go out to a freeway again where it's, smoother so I don't have to worry about things like that? So I got pretty lucky and I went to the Oakland ports again. And the Oakland port, they just repaved this whole stretch of road. And it's like I think it's like at least 1.5 miles or like a mile.
Yeah.
So that was it. I was like, all right, we found it, man. And we set up the date. We met up at the Braille House, and we drove from, Braille House is in San Leandro. It's about 15 minutes south of Oakland. So we drove from there, and I actually got out of the car on the freeway so we can get a clip of that as well before we got to the port to do the 150 mile an hour. So when we got to the port, it was just, all we got to do is just gun it, get to the top speed, and hopefully, everything is okay.
Don't fall. Did you have, glasses, helmet? What was the gear?
I didn't wear glasses on this one either.
Oh, man.
And any pads at all?
No pads, man.
Just what? No helmet?
No, just a hooded sweater.
Sure.
Tied it up tight. Had my hat on still front, just so it didn't like flap up and fly off.
What?
So what happened was we tried it a couple of times. The first time we couldn't get that fast because there are a couple of intersections with lights, but it was on a weekend. So this is the Port of Oakland. It's only busy on the weekdays. That's when all the trucks are coming in and out.
Yeah.
Containers. So it's completely dead, especially in the morning. We were there like 7 a.m. What was happening is the car was slightly going up and down through the so after we would go through the intersection, like the last one, we're already hitting like 90 miles an hour. The car is kind of like, it moves a bit on you, right? So Charlie was like, no, we only got to 90. I said, okay, well, you got to punch it sooner so that we can get to a faster speed at the end. So on that next attempt,
he punched it.
We got to 115. So
he punched it, huh?
Yeah. The crazy part to explain to you guys is that when I was at probably 100, I thought I was already at the max speed. We kept going faster and I'm holding on like, oh shit, like it's not over yet. The road there was still plenty of space, but I just something in my mind said
It just felt.
But no, we had it. The car kept pulling more. I kid you not, man. My leg started lifting up on its own from the wind.
Oh shit.
So my right leg, so imagine I'm holding onto the car and my left leg is towards the door, right? My right leg literally starts to push up from the wind, from just so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And on top of that, and this is what sucks about skitching on cars that you haven't skitched on a lot before, or it doesn't have a very, very good grip. His car, he has a grip, but it's not as good as like my car, because the ones in Valo 5, the ones that I've sketched in my ESG sketch in the Bay, it's been my own car. So, and I'm really used to that. Dude, my hand started kind of slipping.
Oh my God.
You know, and like slightly, very slightly, but you know, higher powers above or whatever it may be, we hit the 115, and as soon as that started happening, he let go of the gas, and you know, everything kind of went back to normal.
Wow.
We stopped right at the last light where you can't go anymore. The two guys from Braille that were
and you used the car to stop, right?
Yeah, for sure, holding on.
Yeah.
To the car, you know, and
Yeah.
you slam on the brakes. It's a gradual stop.
Yeah,
This is all kind of stuff that you got to plan out, right? So you're
for
not
sure.
putting yourself in death danger. But they're in their own separate car, following right next to us, filming the whole time. B-Free was in the back seat of our car with the fisheye, filming from the back window. And as soon as we stopped, and Chale was like, 115! I lost it, bro. I just, even though I hit the 120, I was like, dude, that's like, good. I almost died.
You were good.
I went 115, and he got out the car. Everyone else got out the car. We're jumping up and down, giving each other, like, yeah. And then right after that happened, I'm like, okay, let's get the fuck out of here before we get caught.
Yeah.
We didn't want, that's another thing too, is like, thankfully I haven't been caught doing this by the law.
So was that the main liability with the footage never being put out, was because it was highly illegal what you were doing?
Yeah, basically the team over there at Braille they're basically, they're afraid that maybe some liability would come on their end, and
I would imagine
they just didn't want to face anything like that. I totally understand, man. Like, this is, again, these are things too that just me growing up and maturing, I try not to get bent out of shape over the littlest things. And even though this might not be little, like it's footage that I want people to see and whatnot, it's still something that I personally did, and I know I did it. That's all that matters to me.
Wow. Someone has to put that footage out or something, maybe not on their YouTube account, whatever, but like, you got to get a hold of that, because that is insane. That's legendary shit. That's something that's never been done before and might not ever be beaten.
Definitely gone faster than anyone has gone on rollerblades or skates or a skateboard.
At 120. I seen a dude do 120, and that's why I marked it at 120. I try to make
You saw a guy do 120?
Yeah, he did it in a full leather get up, my motorcycle leather get up, one of those helmets that have.
That's what I would imagine.
And he got dragged, right?
He got dragged by the back of the spoiler of a car on a strip drag, So
yeah.
Again, this is where then my ego comes in, and I'm like, no, I don't want to look like that when I do it. I don't want to. There is, in my opinion, a better way to present something like this.
Yeah, do it in shorts, bro, shirtless.
You might as well at that point. If you fall doing a $120, whether you have a shirt on or not, you're done.
Just do it shirtless in a pair of Kmart skates and a bathing suit.
Damn. Next time you do, we got to make some rear spoilers on your skates to create some downforce of some sort, because your feet were lifting. That's insane.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, again, another hindsight situation, man. I'm just like, all right, well, thank God I didn't die.
That's insane. I can't believe you did that. I'm so happy you're still alive. That's great. I don't know how we're going to top that. How are we going to top that with the questions now?
I don't know.
I was sore for like a week after that.
What was sore? Like your arms from holding, or like
chest, my arms, my leg, my thighs,
everything?
You literally have to just flex the whole time. You know what I mean?